I was just in meditation, and it came upon me to speak on this because I think somebody needs to hear this. Coming up, I don't know about you, but in school, I had a tough time. And it wasn't just, I think, because they told me that I had ADHD. For those who don't know the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, they said that you're unable to focus. You're one of these kids that you're not normal. You're a special kid, right? You can't focus on this. You can't do that. You need to sit over there. You need to try to aim at this. And I was given a lot of medications to handle the high vibration and all the sensations that I used to experience when I was coming up in school. So I was given the Ritalin, the Strattera, the Concerta. I was also given the Adderall and stuff to try and focus. But needless to say, after all of this, I still had trouble. And in fact, I had so much trouble that I would actually fall asleep very often in class. I would fall asleep in many of my classes in school. I remember in high school especially, I would fall asleep in social studies, in history class, in science class, in math class, in so many classes. And it got to the point where my teachers, some of them gave up. They stopped waking me up in class. Like, they would always tap me on the shoulder, in sex ed or in different class. They would tap me and try to wake me up, or my classmates would try to nudge me and elbow me and like hit me and wake me up in class. But I would just eventually nod off and fall asleep. And I didn't understand why this was happening. Like, it would literally happen so often that I would be writing something with my pencil. I would be taking notes on the lecture in class. And the teacher would be up on the blackboard, writing on the board. And then all of a sudden the teacher would vanish. It was amazing to watch. The teacher would vanish and they would teleport like Nightcrawler. If you've ever seen X-Men, they would just vanish and then they would be, what? They would be right next to me. And I would look up and I'd be like, what? And they'd be like, wake up! I'd be like, what? It would boggle my mind until I looked at my notebook and I saw where the pencil had trailed off. I literally saw on the notes where I had fallen asleep. It just was trailed markings. And it was just amazing, Now that I look back, I can laugh at it, but it was pretty tough to get adjusted to. And I don't know, have you ever experienced the same? Where you just weren't that interested and you just kept falling asleep. You found yourself very drowsy at times. And you weren't really inclined to focus on certain things. They said that I had sleep apnea. And they said that during the night, I would have trouble breathing. And so I would actually be awake unconsciously at night. So what they did was they did sleep studies. They conducted a sleep study on me where they hooked up nodes all around my brain and they did a brain scan and they did sleep studies and they had me falling asleep in this studio or this laboratory where these people studied me. And they would looked at my brain scan and they looked, okay, it doesn't, And they said, okay, he's got sleep apnea. He needs this operation and that operation. And they said, after that, they gave me a CPAP machine. So if you don't know, this was a machine to help me breathe at night. So they hooked up a machine to my nose and I felt like Darth Vader. It was like, and at night, I had this breathing machine helping me breathe at night. And guess what? I still kept falling asleep in class. It didn't help. Then they said I had a deviated nasal septum. So they went and they did surgery on my nose and they corrected my nose and the deviated septum that they said was deviated. They pulled out this thing from my nose and did a whole operation on me so that I could sleep better and that I wouldn't be sleeping during the day. And guess what? It didn't work. I still kept sleeping in class. But guess what? I wasn't sleeping when I was playing video games. I could stay up all night, from sun up to sundown. From can see to can't see, I would stay up. For some reason, I was motivated. When it came to English class or reading class or theater class, performing arts, I would stay awake in performing arts. For some reason, I was motivated. I wouldn't fall asleep. And so it dawned on me one day it clicked. It wasn't the sleep apnea. It wasn't the deviated nasal septum. It wasn't my patterns. It was actually my passion. I just didn't have passion for what I was doing at school. And so, silly me, I was played for the fool, believing that I needed medication, believing that I needed more information, believing that I needed to raise my state somehow, but it was just the lack of interest that had the lack of focus in my life. But when my focus was aimed, my interest was gained and my awakeness was maintained. So what is something in your life that you feel a burning for yearning and a yearning for more learning in your life that you would be able to do without pressure? Something in your life that comes natural for you. For me, it was acting. Being in stage, being in plays, playing different roles. That was my passion. And so they say that when you allow your passion to become your purpose, it will one day become your profession. And you will see steadily your own progression whenever you find something that is your calling, your vocation. They say it is your greatest gladness that meets one of the world's greatest needs. Something that your soul can feed. This is the area where we succeed. And it can allow you to receive all the energy you need. You won't find yourself sleeping. You won't find yourself or someone else creeping on you, waking you up. Because the great awakening could be when you create your own luck. Where you no longer need to feel down or feel stuck. Caught in the muck, right? How can you lift yourself up? How can you find something in life where no one needs to push you? Where you don't need to be pulled and prodded, where you can elevate yourself for your own mental health, for your own mental being. Find something in your life that could be so freeing that you never need again. You can be your own friend and realize when you find this calling, it is never the end. You'll find a reason to wake up again and again. Find whatever it is that is your calling. Even if someone else thinks it's appalling, right? Even if you fail or feel you're falling, there's never a reason for you to be stalling when it comes to your calling. So take the chance, make the choice, and you'll find changes in your life. And once you do, my friend, I promise you won't ever think twice. Take care, namaste, and we'll see you again.